Alright, hello YouTube. Playing a little KSP, yeah. Almost said KPS. Anyway, here's a world I've already started someone. I haven't got a whole lot done yet, but I'll show you what I have accomplished so far because I was not able to record earlier and I didn't feel like waiting, felt like playing my game, so yeah, I decided to go ahead and start. But this will be the beginning of a new series that I'm planning to make. Will I actually finish it? Who knows, but doesn't really matter. Anyway, this here was actually the first craft that I put together, and it's not finished yet either in space. And as soon as the game finishes loading it, you'll be able to see it. Basically, it's just a space station. It's like a refueling station, really. It has a large amount of fuel tanks here, as you can see. 4 gigantic solar panels, nice battery bank, docking ports, monitor propellant. I mean, it's pretty well equipped to be a refueling station. And also, it can be very easily torn apart, sent in pieces, that way it doesn't break apart in flight, to a new orbit or a new planet, and be reassembled. Once reassembled, it can serve its purpose once again. Because, unlike what you may be thinking that this has to be refueled from Kerbin, it is not. And, come on. And, what I was saying, to refuel this, actually it has to be refueled by a tanker from the moon, which is a lot closer to other planets than it is Kerbin. It may not be by a whole lot, but it's still closer by some. Okay, sorry about that, YouTube. Technical difficulties, had to go to Task Manager and fix the game. Yeah, anyway, so as I was saying, right here, you're gonna get solar panels, massive amount of massive battery banks here, and basically here's its amount of resources it can hold as of right now. You know, almost 3,000 monitor propellant, 10,000 oxidizer, 8,500 liquid fuel, and 9,400 watts or amps or whatever you want to say it runs in, because I really don't know. And I know it's kind of hard to see because it's on the dark side of the Earth right now. But, basically, you know, this right here, once it's empty, can also be jettisoned off, because right here it's got RCS boosters. So it can actually be jettisoned right here and be sent back into Earth's atmosphere and burn up in the atmosphere. Or this can just be refueled. And that's possible, because as you can see, you got docking ports here, here, and a docking port here. And what we can do is go to, let's see, as I've named it, the Kethane converter, which right now is orbiting the moon. I'll show y'all how this works in detail. This has a docking port right here, as you can see. Got batteries, solar panels. I need to deploy these anyway, while I'm thinking about it. Anyway, though, as you can see, these first 3 tanks right here are all Kethane tanks. Each of them can store 16,000 units, which I'm assuming would be like gallons, probably, of Kethane. And down here we have a converter. This converter converts this stuff into liquid fuel and oxidizer, which is stored here. So, right here's the docking port. This docking port goes into the ports on the station, the space station you guys saw back on Earth, and it will stay in position while converting, offloading this fuel and offloading this fuel as it's converted onto the space station itself. So it makes it a whole lot easier. And considering Kethane is found on all the planets, if I remember right, it makes pretty much the space station and its flights limitless. I mean, you can go anywhere with, you know, this refueling way. And also, to move it, it can all pretty well be moved at the same time with the space station. So just one last piece to show you that I have finished right now anyway of this whole process. And it is the actual miner. Oh crap. I was supposed to, yeah, the miner. Well, why can't I, Oh, okay, I'm already there. Anyway, my bad. Okay, as our camera adjusts, here's our mine truck. I believe it's a DMV truck. It's Mach 2, or Mark 2, whichever way you want to say it, depending on where you're from. Anyway, I have edited the fuel tank here to hold 50,000 units or gallons of Kethane, whatever it is. Anyway, as you can see, we got 3 drills here, one on each side, one on the back end. And right here is the generator. As if you already have this, you know how the generator works and all that. So, generator makes power for the drills, which isn't enough yet. I gotta go back and fix it, make a new version of this and re-land it. But basically, this can drive around. Whee! And go out, mine Kethane, and as you'll see here in just a second, starts to gather it. Now though, as you may have noticed, there's a docking port on the top here. This docking port is used for the sky crane, which I made a prototype of earlier, and well, it kind of crashed into the moon's surface, and it's very hard to control. So I'm working on another one of those, and basically, it'll have a docking port on its top and bottom. The bottom part will land onto the truck here. The docking ports will connect. Which I just noticed, it looks like that's backwards, but wait, is it? It looks backwards, but I'm not sure. Anyway, it'll hook onto that, hopefully, and then go back up to the converter, which should be right over somewhere on the horizon. It should be. Oh, hey, look at the drill. Anyway, we'll go back to the converter. Once at the converter, it will offload its 50,000 gallons of Kethane onto the converter. Now, the converter can only hold 40-some thousand. But it'll hold it, convert it, and then finish offloading. Then the sky crane will gently, note use of the word gently, land the truck, the miner truck, back onto the surface. And once it's on surface, it'll start mining again. While it's mining, though, the converter will go on its way towards the space station and offload and all that good stuff. So that's basically how it is so far. And I'll show you the prototype of the sky crane that I have now. I just gotta find it. I wonder if I named it Kethane something. Kethane sky crane. Here we go. Alright, so this is basically it. It's pretty straightforward, really. You got an ASAS module up here, docking port, a lander can, batteries, fuel tank, RCS boosters, RCS tank, legs, engines, fuel lines to the tank, and support struts, and docking port right there. Anyway, so basically this thing's supposed to land on top of it with the truck facing this way, in between the legs. Giggity. And this will pick up on that top docking port, lift it up, and then this will connect to the converter, one of the ends of the converter, and offload its Kethane, and then just gently land back down. And also, if I remember right, this has McJeb. Yes, right there it is. So therefore, I can use the Translatron and several other things that are very useful to land it safely without just tearing it up. As you can see, it's 20.88 tons. Don't know what that is. 39 parts. So, yeah. And really, I don't know how to edit this to make it easier to control. I'm not quite sure on that yet, because I already had the RCS boosters. But the thing is, they're not very how would you say, useful. What I'm thinking is put one on each side of these support struts, and see if that just increases the maneuverability of it. Excuse me. So I guess we'll find that here in just a second, once it loads on the platform. Alright, so I'm not going to use that right now. SAS is on, and now just let's fire the engines. Throttle up bit by bit. Oh, look at that, there we go. So we're almost in a hover at 2.5, 2.83, 4 meters. Oh, come on, get back to 0 meters per second, but hold your altitude. Hopefully right here it'll hold. Alright, so there. Right there can hold our vertical speed. So now, basically what I had troubles with last time was getting the thing to basically yaw and pitch a certain direction. Okay, so for example, we're gonna aim for the AB. And how well this is gonna work, I don't know, because I don't know which end is front on this thing. Oh wait, crap. Well, that ended interestingly. You know, I've never hit the panic button before, but uh-oh. Hey, look, the can's still intact. Our guy survived. So basically, that's my problem. This thing is very hard to control. Very hard to control where it's going. So I'm thinking, I don't know. Thinking about making a different, kind of like a different control system for it. I saw a series by Scott Manley, the Reusable Space Program, which some of you might watch, some of you might not. Anyway, I'll post a link to his channel in the description of the video. But I saw it and it had a like a little space tug, I think he called it. And all it did was it acted as a way to dock pieces using it, because it had a lot of RCS on it and stuff like that. And I'm thinking about doing it for this. I'm just not sure I could have enough RCS on here to be able to lift it up, to lift a fully loaded truck, you know, up to the converter and then back down safely. I really don't know if I can do that or not, but I'm gonna give it a try. That's all I can say. I'm gonna give it a try. So I forget exactly how he done all this, so I'm just gonna basically wing it and see what happens. I don't need a McJeb on here, I know that much. My piloting skills are really not that great. I'll be honest about it. My piloting skills suck. I'm gonna put 4 on the top here, 4 on the bottom. Now I'm not gonna touch the docking ports yet or anything else yet, because this is going to be just to basically test the controls and see how well it can maneuver, and see how high it gets off the ground with its current amount of fuel, which is 400 monopropellant. I'm gonna guess 3,000 meters height. That's what I'm gonna guess. So we'll find out here in just a second. Oh wow. Well, so the thing can't lift 2 tons. Well, that's depressing. I wonder, what if we try... Let's get a vertical speed of 5, see what happens. Squat is what happens. Well, of course, so he does use that on a planet with a lot less gravitational pull, plus in a vacuum. So I'm just gonna cheat here a minute, and head to the moon. 10,000. Alright, so here we are. Well, up here it works wonders, it looks like. I don't know if I can bring it down safely. Of course, so it's using a lot of monopropellant. I've already used 50 units of it. I haven't really used it, you know, a whole lot. So, oh, look at that. Oh, 833 meters. I'll just wait and land there. We'll see how it goes. That's really all I can say. Okay, I have no control over this. Why do I have no... Oh, Jesus. I'm taught spacecraft. Well, come on. Did I leave an autopilot on? Waiting too low for us to land. How do I cancel that? Oh, I have electricity. That explains it. Okay. As I said, this is just a little test to see if the theory is plausible and this actual thing might work, which looks like to me it might. So I see a bit of a ravine coming up here ahead. I should probably start killing my horizontal velocity. Huh, right now probably to it. I need to. So just... Oh crap. Not good. Not good. Not good. So it'll work. It will work. I just gotta do some corrections on it. So where to start? Where to start? It's gonna need more monopropellant than that, but I gotta keep the weight down. So I'm gonna attach one more to each end. So that should be enough monopropellant to do quite a bit of stuff. I need a way of generating electricity. After all, as you guys just saw, it ran out pretty quickly. I'll just put them throughout here. along the SAS module and the RCS tank. It's a good place to put them. And that should generate enough electricity, except for all, this thing doesn't drain a whole lot of power. So unless we're operating on the dark side of the moon or something, it should be good. Of course, so there's always those times we will be operating in the dark, so we just have to wait it out and hope for the best, and hope we don't crash into the planet or something. So basically, I'm just going to go ahead and attach a couple docking ports to this and hope it goes well. And as you can see, my utility menu on the first page lags like crazy because of a couple mods that I have on this one. It's kind of annoying, really. But okay, let's go in here and do something real quick. Basically, the Kethane sky crane. We're going to delete it. Delete. Cancel. We're going to go to Pier Kethane sky crane and save. Basically, time to launch this thing into orbit. And this right here, because of its odd shape and everything, will be hard to launch, but actually, no, it won't be. Yeah, it won't be that hard. Let's attach a couple of decoupler rails along the side here, like that. And then just build the rocket downward around it. And how do I want to do that? I do not have a clue. Well, I was in here in the structural menu. So you could take that, this and, nah, too small. An I-beam? Yeah, I'm not, like, the best at designing a rocket, obviously. But hey, you know, I make it work. I get it into space, usually. Okay, sometimes. Not always, sometimes. But still, yeah, it works. And Scott Manley has a very interesting look on his reusable rockets, and it has a bunch of jet engines with one single fuel tank and these air intakes, and it looks very cool, which is why I'm kind of replicating it here. Direct propulsion, add a few, I think booster rockets should add enough thrust upwards, hopefully. And right there ought to be big enough. Okay, you know what? This is just absolute chaos. I'm going to go ahead and try. As I've said in the beginning, I am clearly not the best rocket builder. Honestly, I suck at it. But, you know, it's fun to try, you know. It's fun to give it a go and see what you can do, if anything. Yeah, we'll go with that. 80 kilometers. Minimize that. 10, 9, 8. Skip a few. 3, 2, 1. Lift off. We have, oh god. We have a liftoff of the KSP Sky Crane Rocket 1. This is really not looking good. If this thing makes it into orbit, I'll be truly surprised. Oh, wow. So far, it's doing alright. I mean, 30 seconds into the launch, and it hasn't fallen apart yet, so it's always a plus, you know. Hey, look, over in the distance, you can just barely see it rendering. The airfield over there. Just barely. Launch mass, 71.9 tons. We've already burnt 30 tons of fuel, well, 20 tons of fuel so far. It's quite a bit if you think about it. And also, as you can probably tell, I'm not the best at building rockets, let alone flying them. Alright, starting the gravity turn. This really isn't a good thing. That means these engines, the jet engines, will run out of fuel soon. If they run out of fuel, well, then we're screwed. Luckily, though, the boosters are almost out before they wildly tear this thing apart. Ah, that's better. Alright, so we're relying on just the jet engine now, which will probably run out of air soon. I don't know how high the oxygen goes in the atmosphere on here, so... Alright. I hate to do this because I do it all the time usually. But... Whee! I just thought of something. Maybe I can... Aha! I got a brilliant idea. Just keep... crap. Autopilot, the attitude, here we go. So if we can keep our... come on. Off. Attitude. Prograde. Come on, face prograde. Alright, fine. Face north. Just go back into the atmosphere. Oh, come on. Off. Huh, maybe I should face retrograde. Attitude, retrograde. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I see the jet engine got its oxygen back finally at 15,000 meters. Yeah, I see a little jet show coming off all of them. Wow. That would suck if one of them came back and hit me. I can see it happen though. And I can also see us crashing into the earth wildly and just exploding because I cannot get this thing up in the air. Off. Hide, and use a little bit of time warp. Not sure them rockets hit. I don't see. I hear another. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that cool corkscrew coming down. That's wow. Too bad I won't see it hit. Do 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 do. And boom. So that happened a lot sooner than what I thought it would. A lot sooner than what I was hoping it would. 3, 2, 1, boom. Alright, so we'll go back to the VAB and hopefully make a little bit better of a rocket to launch with. As I said, I mean, I don't want a lot of hate comments on it because I know it. I suck at this game. I do. It's obvious. So, I guess we could always attach a decoupler underneath that docking port, or even, I got a better idea. Just attach a docking port to there. You can always decouple later on. Add a command pod. There. ASAS. Underneath that. Already has my jeb on it, so there's no need. Add some RCS. Some of the big RCS boosters. Now this is how you properly design a rocket. At least in my opinion. You may have your own, but still. This is mine, so if you don't like it, too bad, don't make mine. Simple way to look at it. I believe these orange ones are 2.5, I'm not sure, apparently a little bit bigger. It must be 2.5. Alright. Engine max power, 1200. Okay. We'll go with that. Just attach a couple nose cones on that, make it a little bit more aerodynamic. Yeah, aerodynamic. Oh, I forgot an engine down here. Whoops. That would probably come in handy. Ooh, 1650. And it won't fit. Well, why won't the bugger fit? Alright, so... that'll fit, but... no. Alright then. Orbital Achievement Device. RMA-3. Cisco Industries. Huh. Oh, it's really small looking. Only 75 power. Huh. Yeah. No wonder I've never chose that before. Or even acknowledged it was there. Alright, so. Let's go with another Bearcat. Just stick it under there. So all of these will fire. That comes off. That fires. And then. Oh, what's that decoupler to? Oh. Forgot. I'll take those off. They're no longer needed anymore. And 135 tons. Of course, though, this should be able to get us into orbit. And on the next episode, we will launch this. Goodbye, YouTube.